Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lunnan.
And this is Volume Up by the Tease. So you went to a little concert,
concert.
A little, a big, a thing.
A thing, but maybe not in the best one for California. I feel like I was let down. No, not because the concert wasn't everything. It was.
Okay.
Let me first state, Renaissance World Tour, not the Eras Tour, not a Swiftie.
Yes.
Not sorry about that. Saw the Queen herself, Queen Bee, and she was everything. Like, let me make no mistake about it. It was also the Bay Area. I recently transplanted from LA, and so it was a little bit, the crowd was different, maybe.
Really?
A mix. There's a lot of tech folks in the crowd that are maybe not like with the rhythm, if you know.
Were they sporting clear backpacks?
They were. As was I. I was sporting a clear fanny pack.
Of course you were.
Because, naturally. Anyway, she was incredible. Like the greatest living entertainer of our time. Love everything about it. But she delivered looks in LA. 3 shows, look after look after look after look. Fashion, capital letters. Bay Area.
Not in Bay Area? Was she wearing all black? Did she have on a hood? She had on a hoodie. She did it.
she did not do the hoodie and jeans. It was just like more understated, I think, like a little bit less. It was not B-Day, like the birthday celebration, that concert. We didn't get a Diana Ross, let me just say.
Okay,
like
fine.
But I will say, in sitting there, obviously the songs, bops, we love. The hair, like shout out to the team, that enormous mane. Just like everywhere, like just
speaks to me. I mean, can we find out her lead stylist, please?
I mean,
let's take a note for our producer.
Neil Farina.
We're gonna need to.
Yeah, let's Neil. This is your formal invitation. We're gonna need to chat because not only did she look incredible, but the dancers, and there's like at least for this stop before she went to LA, they were all rocking blonde in a very it was just so cool. All right, but the hair. Everything. It all came together. What were we expecting? Nothing less. I just wish I were in LA for this concert. So I'm
sorry about that. I did hear that you might be going to the concert again, though, which is very extra.
I mean,
but I love that for you.
I have a very dear friend who went to all 3 shows in LA. All 3. Just shook it up. Different areas. And there were floor seats last minute that were, and I applaud that decision. I applaud that.
Same.
In retrospect, I would have. Kate and I, we should have splurged. That's the learning. When
Mom and Dad needed to take a trip to LA. Now you know.
Now we know. So if she re-ups the tour like Taylor Swift, then I'm all about it. You'll all hear about it. And maybe we'll have spoken with Neil by then.
We will have. I'm putting it out there in the universe.
Okay. Yes.
On our last episode, we talked with Maria Villarreal and Julie Hightower. Julie, founding board member of the Daisy Foundation, and Maria, the founder of Pink Pewter and Pink Pewter Foundation, created Beauty with a Purpose, coming together after partnering for many years with their nonprofit organizations, and they wanted to bring it to the beauty industry, and we love that. Beauty with a Purpose is a one-day industry event that I will be there, and is a movement that is packed with influential beauty insiders, beauty industry leaders, artists, and beauty brands joining together to support and mentor guests at all levels of their career through development, networking, and connecting. The event promises the tools, guidance, inspiration, knowledge, and motivation needed to succeed at every step of your journey. Can't wait for it. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
This week, we're talking with the Camille Friend. Coming from a family of hairstylists, she spent her youth in salons developing skills and product knowledge that gained her entry into the world of hairstyling at the tender age of 17, thus beginning her professional career. Within 2 years of moving to LA, she established herself as a prominent hairstylist. With some fantastic opportunities and extensive training under her belt, she was on her way to becoming a forerunner in the film and TV industry, and her ingenious talents reflect her ability to design and groom period looks that require her expertise with lace front wigs. Alongside her work in entertainment, Camille is teaching masterclasses and mentorship programs through her company, Hair Scholars.
This is a good one, Jeff. Trust me.
Oh, I can't wait.
Incredible. So we're going to talk about now a little rant that we have. Why does everything have to be named? And what I mean by the latest beauty trend that New York Post is reporting is something called martini makeup. Now, Jeff, explain that to me. Explain it to our podcasts. What you believe martini makeup to be.
without clicking through. I'm thinking that it's giving like it's an eye look that's giving dirty martini, like an olive color. Is that like an olive accent and some sparkle? Truly, what do we mean by any of these things? Like, that's the big question. Like a jelly donut nail, a strawberry whatever lip. Like, does it have to be a food item every time?
Why? And when were you like looking at your dirty martini, which I in fact love?
Of course,
and saying, you know what? First of all, the only thing green in it is the actual olive. And how do we translate that this is going to be this nice sort of shimmery, sort of greenish eye look? It doesn't compute for me. We don't need a fun title for everything.
No, it just feels like a reach. I mean, I guess like the micro trend, like for content it can be fun, sure, I guess. Sure. But it's a little exhausting, if I'm honest.
Well, technically, this is the exact opposite of the quote strawberry makeup trend. It's leaning into the unapproachable makeup trend. It's cheers-worthy glam, and it has a staggering 1.5 million views on TikTok. So women are painting their faces to replicate this buzzy alcohol beverage in a classic, dirty, or even espresso martini. And I feel like that's all the airtime we need to give to that.
And that's on that.
So the last parting question on said makeup trends associated with food. Mm-hmm. If you had to have a makeup look that was related to your favorite drink, what would it be?
I mean, you know this. I like a tequila drink. I especially like a margarita. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to have a margarita face. Like, what do we like?
A little salt on the rim. I mean,
I guess like a crystal.
That could crystal
that translate.
Limey. Okay.
I mean, a neon lemony, limey.
We could do that. I like that.
Maybe. What about you? What is the drink?
You know, because I live in the Midwest, my husband's favorite drink is an old fashioned. And if you've seen that, you know, you've got some nice deep tones of a little bit of caramels, a little splash of a cherry, maybe an orange. And so I think that could go nicely as a color palette.
I actually really do think that could work. I don't think the naming is especially fun.
The old fashioned.
Yeah. But I think like the effect would actually be pretty damn exciting. Yeah. Well, let's get on to that one instead. Mm-hmm. Screw the martini makeup.
I want to see your old fashioned makeup.
Tag us, makeup artists. Let's get into it. Let's see that. Let's make that one happen. Yeah. I'd like to. If you all are into this, and maybe you've done this trend for yourself, like let's see it. I wanna engage maybe a little bit more. No more airtime, but maybe some social engagement.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about things that are trending over on our site, thetease.com. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week, just like every week, uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know but should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, a biggie, unexpected. Mm-hmm. The title is January Jones debuts, quote, kicky texture, end quote, thanks to celeb stylist Janine Jarman and Curl Cult. Janine Jarman, salon owner, celebrity hairstylist, and founder of the revolutionary in-salon texturizing service Curl Cult, posted a shocking transformation to her Instagram featuring actress and icon, hello Mad Men, January Jones. Mm-hmm. January, already a longtime client, had recently undergone a big chop, and even though the cut looked amazing, Jarman says that the actress was struggling to get it to hold a style, and after a 90-minute service, newly effortless and perfectly unfussy looking, full of what Jarman described as kicky texture. Jarman spent 7 years reinventing the perm and creating Curl Cult, sourcing vegan ingredients from Italy, rethinking the application process, and obsessing over every molecule until it was just right. And her protein-infused texture service allows stylists to create waves and curls without sacrificing hair health. And clients can expect results that last. The Tease connected with Jarman about all things curl cult and January's new look, including exactly how to recreate it for other short-haired clients who may be stuck in a styling rut. Head to thetease.com for the deets. The question, I mean, we're both into this look. How could you not?
Yes.
Would you consider a curl cult perm?
I wouldn't just consider it. I would run towards it, and I don't run. So I think that I know that Janine, I mean, those 7 years, and we're going to get into it in a future podcast with her, but the time and care and expertise to reinvent this white space category is absolutely brilliant. And for me, if I were a stylist behind the chair thinking, how can I learn this and add this onto my services, a 90-minute service, let's tack this on to whatever we're doing, because everybody wants a little zhuzh, a little kicky texture.
I love that. So, I love that phrasing. Oh,
I love it
see
too.
it. I could see it for you. Let's make it happen maybe in the future. Maybe after Janine, who, spoiler alert, will be joining us at a future date, you could make a quick pit stop over in LA and some kicky texture of your own.
Kicky.
All right. Next up, something that's also kicky maybe. September tech touch-ups. If you're dreading that summer is over or jumping for joy that it's almost fall, however you feel, our September tech touch-ups are sure to brighten your mood. Inspired by the internet world and adapted for the beauty space, check out our monthly tech touch-ups. Designed for stylists, makeup artists, estheticians, massage therapists, nail techs, and anyone in the beauty industry, we created mobile phone backgrounds to infuse a bit of fun, beauty, and newness into your routine. Pick up these September designs for your phone's tech touch-up. I mean, there's a tight edit. There's just 4 options to choose from. I am particularly drawn to the nail polish one, and you'll have to go and see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give you more detail, but it's very cool. What is your favorite? Which are you maybe adding to your background?
I'm going with you on the nail one as well, just because we talked about my old-fashioned makeup. With this polish, you could get an old-fashioned manicure. So there.
Yeah, it's a satisfying color story that you're making. All right. Next up, this is an interesting one. This category we've talked about a few times on the podcast. The article is called 5 Hair Bond Building Launches That You Absolutely Need to Know About. If there's one area of hair care that shows no signs of slowing down, it's the bond building category. Over the last few years, there's been enormous growth in this space as more and more brands turn their focus to creating reparative products that tackle hair damage. While Olaplex is certainly the original pioneer of bond building and single-handedly responsible for creating the entire category, numerous hair care brands have developed their own bond building formulas that could very well give the brand a run for its money. You're probably already familiar with some bond building newcomers such as Ypres and K18. We've covered them extensively on this podcast, but there's a number of new bond building hair products and brands that launched this summer that you'll want to be aware of as well. Head to thetease.com for a few of the best new bond building hair launches to hit the market. Kelly, are we currently bond building?
I feel like I'm always bond building, just for safe measure.
Are there any brands that are speaking to you in this rundown of launches?
100%. So Function of Beauty Pro, first of all, is speaking to me. The packaging is incredible. And I'm going to want to give a little try to that one next.
I mean, let's make that happen. Maybe after we get a curl cult perm.
Yes, we'll be bonding. Although I don't too after that. But I mean, we're going to do all of the things.
All of it. As always, so much going over on the Tease. As always, so much going on over at thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volume up at thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song. And thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.